Welcome to Hacking the Trauma Response in Your Brain. Trauma is something that nearly every human experiences in some form or another. It can result from past experiences, medical procedures, illnesses, or you can even experience trauma indirectly from the field of work you do or the media you see. I'm not a doctor or a therapist, and I want to be very clear about that. I am, however, a really big mental health advocate. I know I can't help all the people watching, and I can't help everyone process their entire journeys and heal in a deep, meaningful way, especially in a YouTube video that's 10 minutes long. I don't have the time, and I don't know you individually, but I still wanted to create this video as a way to share information with you. I hope it helps you understand trauma a little bit more and gives you a bit of peace of mind. If you're interested in learning more about trauma and how it affects the body, I highly recommend the book, The Body Keeps Score by Bessel van der Kolk. Also, please reach out to a doctor or a mental health professional if you're experiencing long-lasting trauma or really anything that concerns you. While videos and self-help are great, nothing replaces the one-on-one direction that therapy and treatment can provide. So to get started, the best thing for me in healing my past traumas has actually been understanding how trauma affects the brain, and then talking about my experiences with a therapist and trusted friends and family members. When you experience a traumatic situation, we'll call this the event, your thalamus shuts down. Your thalamus is an area of your brain that gives you situational awareness. It regulates your consciousness, alertness, and it relays a lot of sensory information. This is why people who recall traumatic events often describe feelings of being out of their body or out of control of themselves. The feeling of being out of or not connected to your body can understandably be very upsetting to a lot of folks. The sensation can lead to experience that is often referred to as a trigger or a trauma loop. It's a sensation that the event is replaying over and over again in your mind, and it can biologically feel like you're experiencing the event all over again. So even though you might be months or years past from the event, your brain is still working to process what happened to your body when your thalamus was set off. Basically, it's like you cognitively understand that something bad or traumatic happened to you, but on a biological and body wisdom level, you're struggling to get a clear picture of what happened in your body. So the brain is making these attempts to help you process the event. And maybe it works to try to warn you that something bad once happened to you when you're experiencing something that reminds you of the event. Either way, the bottom line is when you're triggered or stuck reliving trauma, it's not something you can exactly control. When you're triggered, you're literally stuck inside of that traumatic experience over and over again. And the reason why this happens is because your brain is always seeking new opportunities to heal, repair, and protect itself. Or in the case of trauma, it's working to bring awareness back into your consciousness. Either way, experiencing a trigger, especially when you're out at work or in public, can lead to more feelings of overwhelm and being out of control. Before we go any further, what is a trigger? People use the word all the time online to signify that they're annoyed or even slightly inconvenienced. This can feel somewhat dismissive to people who have had PTSD or who actually need to process triggers in their daily life. Trigger is an actual biomechanical event that is fueled by a word, a sound, a smell, or an experience. And that all sparks the event that suddenly leaves your brain flooded back with images and memories of the event. It's important to understand that your brain is experiencing stress, the same stress as if you were right back in the situation that caused your trauma in the first place. Even if your body is safe, and even if you're around people who are kind and supportive of you, you can still feel like a full system overwhelm. And sometimes your thalamus can experience the same shock or shutdown effect that was present when you first experienced the event. While many people experience trauma in their lives, not everybody experiences flashbacks or triggers. Because of the overwhelming nature of triggers, many people who experience them try to avoid them at all costs. This is a very valid response. A trigger is a really big experience, and it can leave you feeling drained afterwards and even overwhelmed while you're processing it or moving through it. Avoidance is what a lot of folks do, especially if they don't have insurance or access to mental health professionals. I want to take a moment and validate your experience if this message resonates with you. You're in no way obligated to work through your triggers. If it would cause you more pain or leave you feeling unsafe in the process of doing so, then don't do it. I merely want to offer you some information on moving forward. in your life in a way that is hopefully safe and helps you get past the paralysis that triggers can bestow on you. And hopefully this video gives you space to feel safe and to do so. It's important to know that you may understand what causes your triggers, or they may occur sometimes just at random, like if you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, even if it's by unrelated circumstances. Some people are triggered by the smell of a certain food or the sight of a hospital or even by driving in a car. Everybody is different, and I want to make space for all experiences, even the ones I can't cover today. Again, if you or a loved one experiences a trigger, it's important to know that it's not something that you can control. It's just essentially an event that's happening to your body. And the feeling of overwhelm and being unsafe can sometimes be mitigated by a process that some therapists refer to as integrated body awareness. A person who has experienced trauma or triggers often doesn't feel safe in their own body. And remember, this is because of what your brain experiences, both when a trauma occurs and if you experience subsequent triggers. Integrated body awareness is a way to check in with your body. It can also help move you away from that paralyzed overwhelm that triggers can sometimes leave you with. Body awareness is a way to cultivate safety in your body while gently bringing awareness to triggers and helping you to get in control of them and to shut them down. There's many forms of body integration. So you might have heard of maybe dancing or movement or exercise or trauma-informed yoga or seeing a trauma-informed massage therapist. But today I would like to teach you a little bit about an integrated body therapy called tapping. Tapping is a very popular technique that some folks call the emotional freedom technique. It's a therapy that integrates acupressure points, energetic meridians, and body awareness to help you gain freedom from heavy emotions and from thought patterns. I'm just going to talk about it in the space of working through triggers and trauma in your life. And at this point, if you feel safe, I'd like to invite you to participate in an exercise with me. First, take a deep breath and sit comfortably in your seat. Allow your body to feel the air as it expands in your ribs, and release the air through your mouth. Continue to breathe and feel the breath through your body. I want you to think about something that makes you feel bad or uncomfortable. Maybe it's just a little inconvenience, an argument, or an experience that turned out in a way that is unexpected. When you contemplate this experience, where in your body do you feel it? Some people feel it in their shoulders. Some people feel it in their throat. Some people feel it in their heart. Some people feel it in their tummy, or maybe somewhere else. But as you breathe, I want you to think about that body sensation you're feeling, wherever that feeling is. Go ahead and tap into it bilaterally for a few moments and feel that feeling in your body. Continue to tap that area of awareness in your body, and this time, picture an image of your own strength. What emotions do you associate with your strength? Where do you feel that strength in your body? Tap that area. And then tap the area of awareness again. Take a few deep breaths and allow that new awareness to sink into your being. Practicing this simple tapping technique can actually bring your body back into awareness if you're experiencing the physical and emotional overwhelm of an event. It can be a way to help you recognize and minimize triggers, and perhaps over time, it could help you eliminate them altogether. Don't go too hard on yourself and don't overwhelm yourself, especially if you don't have access to a mental health care professional. In doing this, you can rewire your brain and essentially rewire your trauma response. Maybe one day, instead of seeing your triggers as pain and overwhelm, you can eventually learn to see them in a way that helps you work through and honor your body and your spirit. Have you ever experienced trauma or triggers? If you have, let me know what has helped you in the process and moving forward. Thank you again so much for watching. Please thumbs up and subscribe for more content on healing, the nature of reality, shamanism, and energy. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I have lots of helpful content coming up for you Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon. This is my main source of income as a spiritual content creator. I love the connection I have with my friends on Patreon. If you subscribe to Patreon, I'll send you daily emails of energy and intention. This helps me live a more intentional life, and I love it so much that I want to share it with everybody else. I also give all Patreon subscribers oodles of exclusive content, and you get access to videos and blogs before they hit YouTube or my website. Thanks again, and I hope that you all live in balance and in peace.